let's talk about the company, the business. Let
Mm-hmm.
the folks know what they actually do for money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So we have our usual format. So the first thing you want to try to understand, how does Kingston Wharves make money? So they actually, in their like financials, they actually kind of split up their operations into two main segments. There's what's known as terminal operations, and then there's what's known as logistics. Uh, right now, I think terminal operations is like the bulk of profits or bulk of revenue. I think it's like 60 to 70% versus logistics, which is the remaining. But when you think about terminal operations, remember that there's a wharf, or what I should say is there's actually, they operate in the Kingston Harbor. So Kingston Harbor is one of the largest natural harbors in the world. I
The
think I'd heard
seventh.
about it before. Is the seventh? Or
Yeah,
I
the
just know they're
seventh.
they're one of the largest natural harbors in the world. I'd actually had a picture here. I wanted to try to show it. To show you. So they operate in the Kingston Harbor, but they're technically not the only. Let me pull this up. They're technically not the only wharf company that operates here. So I don't know if you see my screen here. So this here is Kingston Wharves, but they actually have a neighbor, the Kingston Freeport Terminal. So there's technically a competitor. So there's this area here is the harbor here where you'd have the ships that come in. You know, they could be coming in from all kind of different countries all across the world, other parts of Jamaica, other Caribbean countries, whatever. And essentially they will come here with their packages, their um whatever shipping items. It could be
Goods. Yeah.
cars, construction materials, food. If you think about it, Jamaica, yes, we do produce some amount of goods, but there's a lot of things that, you know, we as Jamaicans get used to. Like, think about technology that we just don't make. Like, we don't
Yeah.
have chip manufacturers, computer manufacturers, things like that, phones, like people, the phones, the computers, all of those stuff, like things like that. Yeah, some will come in on a plane, but some things will have to come in on the ship,
Yeah.
especially when you're trying to
Yeah.
move like bulk products.
Like a car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like a car, or even, I mean, trucks, cranes, all of those kind of stuff. The best way, you can't, you know, fly down a crane. You have to ship it. So they operate in this part, and I'm just
You
gonna
could have
relay, like
fly
you
down a
see here.
crane, bro. You just fly it in pieces, you know?
Okay, but yeah, like you see Port Royal here, the airport.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah.
harbor here, they have this section there. You see this is the Port Kingston Causeway here. Like when you drive into Portmore,
Yeah.
so you can pass it. So yeah, they operate in the Kingston Harbor, and they, as I said, they break down their business segments into terminal operations and then logistics. So the harbor itself is essentially, or their region of the harbor is split up into what's known as berths. So berths are like different sections of where the ships will dock. So it's like the ships will come in, dock at the berth. They can drop off items, pick up items. And Kingston Wharves right now has nine berths, right? And they have what's known as stevedoring, which is essentially you taking off the crates or the containers, and then you're moving it from the ship onto land, and then sometimes moving things from Jamaica back onto the ship. Because sometimes what happens is there's an exchange. There's like, okay, you could be bringing in cars from, I don't know, Europe, and then, oh, you're
Mm-hmm.
sending, I don't know, fruits or some other package or coffee or something like that. You're shipping it out. So sometimes there's actually exchange. It's not just, okay, the ship comes in, dumps its items and leaves. It makes sense sometimes that, okay, if you know, we can just exchange those goods. So they have like stevedoring services where they have these, you know, machines, cranes and stuff like that will take packages or transfer packages in between the ship and the wharf itself. So that's
Yeah.
really what the terminal operations part of their business is. And as I said, it's the bulk of the revenues. I think it's like 70%. And then the logistics side is more the processing of the items that come in. So they have